Good morning, guys and girls. Brock Ashby here. I'm going to take you through my 2-minute high protein breakfast that I have pretty much every morning. Let's go. I'm a pretty terrible cook, I'm going to be honest, so this breakfast is not going to be a very Instagram blog worthy recipe. It's very simple. I'm a simple dude and this is it. So we got some Chobani light blue yogurt. It's low fat, high protein, which is great. If you can hear hammers, there's people renovating upstairs, so enjoy that just like I do all day. There's peanut butter, Pig's peanut butter. This is the best one. I think it's from New Zealand, which could be why it's the best. I'm from New Zealand, if you don't know. And this is a 1 kg tub that we found in Coles, and we thought we'd grab it because we eat a lot of peanut butter. I'm gonna put some chocolate in. I like chocolate. We have 90% in the house. I know that's not really like real chocolate. This is like just eating cacao powder, but it's what we have in the house. But you can use any other chocolate you have in the house if you want. And we're going to just put in some berries. So I just like putting in mixed berries. Not a huge fan of strawberries, but anyway. The foundation of this breakfast is going to be Chobani, okay? So I like this because this breakfast is going to be quite high in protein. I like to use my hunger in the morning to my advantage to get protein in. A lot of people, a lot of clients that I coach struggle to hit their protein target throughout the day. So I figure if you can use your hunger in the morning to your advantage to actually get some protein in, then you don't have to focus on hitting it later on and like eating a kg of chicken or just feel like you're stuffing yourself with protein. If you're hungry in the morning, like most of you are, and you use that hunger to your advantage to actually eat some protein, then it's going to be better later on and it's going to help you hit your protein target, which is good for maintaining your muscle mass, recovering, increasing your thermic effect of food if you want to get to that point. So yeah, it's really good. But these toppings are just what I have in the house pretty much. You know, sometimes I'll throw in honey, sometimes I'll throw in some desiccated coconut, sometimes I'll throw in some banana, sometimes I'll throw in some oats. But I kind of like to keep my breakfast low in carbohydrates, not because I'm a low carb freak or low carb fan. It's just because in the morning, if I have a huge hit of carbohydrates, I find that I just want to go back to bed. And in the morning is when I get most of my work done, so I don't want to be tired. So I kind of just push my carbs back later on, kind of spread it out like when I'm training or when I'm more active so I can not feel like I'm sleepy. So pretty much what we're going to do, I'm going to take you through it. It's, once again, this is super simple. It's not going to be very hard. So I like to have 3 servings of this, so I'm going to weigh it out. I like to have 540 grams. That's the weight that I like to have. So I put it on and then I hit the tear button and then I just kind of, chuck it in, kind of scoop it in, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's 537. I'm sure there's 3 more grams I can get somewhere. 544, 4 grams over, but you know, it's fine. So that's the yogurt done. This is super easy once again, and then this jar is so huge, it's hilarious. Okay, so I'll tear that. Let me get another spoon. And I just like to have 20 grams of peanut butter, even though I could have 40 or 50 or 100 or eat the whole tub. I'll just limit myself to 20 grams. There we go, I just push that in with my finger because then you get to eat extra. And you get to eat the spoon. Okay, put that there. With berries, I like to put in 100 grams. So 100 grams of berries. I like to pick around the strawberries because I don't really like strawberries, not a huge fan. I think they're a bit average. They're probably the most overrated berry ever. I think the most underrated berry would have to be raspberries. They're my jam. No pun intended. So I dodge the strawberries and leave them for Kiki to eat. and I just hunt around for all the good berries that I like. There we go, that's about 100 grams of berries. And then we'll dive into the chocolate, which is probably the most exciting part. 40 grams. So that's like 2 rows, so 4 blocks. Once again, you gotta have discipline here because you could eat a whole block of chocolate for breakfast, but you'll probably wanna put yourself back to bed. So you can kind of feel, the rows. So I'll break off 2. And what I like to do is, so I'll get it out. So I don't just put it in like this. What I like to do is just break it up. Like if you want to get intense, you could probably grate it and stuff, but I just like it random, like sometimes bigger chunks, quite rustic feels, Jamie Oliver style. Just break it up and drop it in. Drop, drop, drop. Bang, so 40 grams. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it's actually a pretty decent amount. See if you can see that. Yeah, it's pretty decent. And then a couple other toppings that I like to put in that I didn't actually bring out that I have right here. These are the final touches. So cinnamon. Well, most people love cinnamon, so I just kind of shake it a few times, bang, bang. And this is vanilla bean paste. This is really good. So I just do 1 squeeze. It's not very technical, but just squeeze it on top. And then I just stir everything around. It's not super pretty, once again, but that is it. That is it. That's my breakfast that I have every day. So the calories in this breakfast are 715. So we've got 62 grams of protein, which is awesome. That's a big hit of protein in the morning. 30 grams of fat, which is probably coming from the chocolate, and 45 grams of carbohydrates. So it's not super high in carbohydrates that will kind of make me feel sluggish, which I'm trying to avoid. If you wanted to make this a lower calorie meal, what you could do is not put the chocolate in. So if I took that out, then it would be 475 calories for breakfast, which is pretty low. So if you're on, let's say 1500 calories or 1600 or under 2000, that's still a pretty good breakfast that you can have in the morning. If you're like a hard gainer, you could add in oats, you could add in banana, you could put in some coconut milk or coconut cream if you wanted to. You could add in pretty much anything you want to get the calories up. So obviously that depends on your goals. I'm not gonna make 50 different bowls because this is just what I have. Yeah, and this is around 700 calories like I said. And yeah, it's pretty tasty. If you want to make this recipe with more protein, what you can do is put a scoop of protein in. I used to do that, but I found that my protein was actually too high when I did that because there's already like 60 grams of protein here. If I add in a scoop of protein, that's gonna be an extra 20, 30 grams, and then that's going to pretty much be like 90 grams of protein, which for some people would be their whole day, but that's pretty much almost half of what I had. And if I had that for breakfast, my protein would be way too high. So I actually started taking that out and now it's kind of in a sweet spot. If you don't eat dairy, then you can use like a plant-based alternative for the yogurt, like a coconut yogurt if you wanted to. Just be aware that the protein is not going to be as high and the fat's going to be quite high. So you may need to supplement the breakfast with putting a scoop of plant-based protein powder if you're not having any animal products. Let's say you're vegan or plant-based, then that is going to change the macros quite a lot, but you can still have an awesome tasty breakfast if you wanted to do that. So that's pretty much it, guys. Once again, this is not very amazing. This isn't like a world famous recipe. This is just what I have every morning that helps me hit my protein early and keeps me feeling fueled and energetic throughout the day. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you have any video ideas, put them in the comments as well. And if you like this video, please subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Let's go.